collective as we collect and gather here together for practice. And, oh, the only thing with the drapes is the light. Light is so beautiful that I think it affects the lighting in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's start with, I feel I put my hands like this, so I want to start by just breathing in, lifting the hands up, and then descending that energy down. And I'll do that a few times. Feel free to close your eyes and let your hands move wherever they intuitively want to go. Just tapping into the energetics around you. And those are good energetics because this is your practice space. So you're filling this space regularly with good energy. So let's do one or two more and just let it wash over you and feel the expansiveness of the energy. Sometimes it's not so easy to bring your hands in closer when you're very aware of that energetic field, that magnetic field. And then pausing in the resonance for a few moments. Checking in the depths of you. How are you feeling? Lengthen tall as you inhale. Stay here as you exhale. Chant Om together 3 times. Inhale.
Oh. Oh.
Sitting with yourself for a few moments. Opening your hands. Opening your eyes. Before we stand up, let's take the hands interlace and just reach up. And take a little bit of this side to side. Just pause and center, reach up. Open your arms out to the sides or even behind you. Bring them down to the earth. And then bring the hands back in front of the heart, opposite interlace. With the palms, inhale. And shifting side to side. Even turning and shifting. Moving a little bit. Coming to center, reach up. Open these arms out all the way down. Drop your chin and begin to roll your head around. Soft jaw and soft eyes. Reversing. One time in each direction, a little slower. Find your way back to center. Great. Okay. Stretch the legs out and lubricate the ankles a little bit, shake them out. We're going to come up to standing. So, so many ways to do this, or even to try it and see what happens. And I'm going to go cross-legged because getting, sometimes so exciting. Okay. Great. Grab your tennis balls, friends. Oh, thanks. Welcome our feet, wake them up. And so moving in any way. And as you do this, just noticing that hands are clenched, shoulders relaxed. Lift the eyes of the chest. It's your breath. Take maybe 5 more breaths here. Look for those places of deeper discomfort. Step off for a moment and be on your 2 feet. Maybe rock a little bit front to back. Feel one energized and one not energized. Okay. And we'll switch feet. And move into our final 5 or so breaths. Quest for those darker places, depths of your foot fascia. Breathe. I'm just going to adjust the camera angle and just take a full body flow. So, I'm going to keep the ball here because we're not going to be stepping. I'm just putting it between my feet. And it will just stay there. The feet are going to stay grounded. You'll inhale and sweep up. And as you exhale, bend your knees, come down, take your time, first forward fold of the day. So put your hands where you need to. You're going to bend and straighten your knees a few times and rock your hips. Okay, so on the next inhale, you sweep the arms behind and up. And then as you exhale, take the hands down, bend your knees, rise up. And release the arms down by your sides. Just pause for a moment, see how that is. And if you feel dizzy, slow it down. Okay, I'm going to add a little baby back then. So as you inhale and reach up, kind of hold the breath and just lean back. And then exhale and bend your knees, take the arms down, slowly move into your forward fold. Let's hang here for a breath or two, just inviting this. And then on your next inhalation, sweep the arms up behind you. And exhale. And release your hands down, bring the hands together at the heart, pause for a full breath. And a little half sun salute. Inhale, and as you exhale, release the hands down, inhale, sweep up. So don't worry so much about the breath, because you could be going very slowly and taking your time. Just those are the movements. So not a back bend in at the top of the leg, either way. And be in your own flow. So opening, moving and whatever your body wants to do here. So finding this little dance with yourself as you stretch and move. Okay, so I am going to speed it up. So I'll come to pause the next time you come up, and you might slow it down. So this is what it's going to sound like. Inhale. So we're going to do a few more, just so you know. Getting the rhythm, what it is. Oh, okay. And then we'll meet it standing. And we'll release the arms and just be in that, whatever this is, for a moment or two. Regulating. Good. Okay. Great. One more. I'm just going to turn to the side, open the legs wide, and we did this the other day, just swinging the arms. And we're going to do that. And you know, you might even, if you want to challenge, you know, maybe you lift the leg up. You go side to side, and if that's too complicated, then don't think too much about it. Yes. Okay, just waking up these energetics. Nice. And then bring yourself back. Maybe sway a little bit. Hip circle. I'm going to bend the knees, a knee circle with a hip circle, and go the opposite direction. Yes, just whatever this is. You know, I want to make a Dancing with the Stars joke, but nothing's coming. Okay, I'm just going to go one time in each direction. Great. Okay, so we're going to come down. I'm going to come down and squat. I don't know why I left the tennis ball. I thought maybe I was going to use it, but I might still. Okay, if squat is in, come down. If it's not today, then just come down anyway. I have the tennis ball here. I'm just going to roll it between the palms. This is a nice place, a comfortable place to do this. Okay. Great. And come down. Oh, just like that. All right, we'll put the tennis ball aside. Let's gather our props, and we'll start with a gentle back bend. So I'm going to take this blanket, and you know, if you make it like a blanket roll, that might be, maybe that's too much. And then sometimes a third, oops. We all know, third, a third. Sometimes that is much nicer. So, yes. All right. So set it up. Oh, Sadie, get it out. Okay. Maybe another blanket for your head if that feels like it might be too much. You can always pull it out after. And then we're going to set up that bolster with a block to support the backs of the thighs, like we do sometimes for Shavasana. Okay, if you have more blankets, put something else down. This is, I'm going to take maybe just one block, and I'll set it up so that when I come to lie down, the bolster will be underneath the thighs. Just put the block there, and then it will just hold it up. So it's like you're sitting in a chair, a bolster chair. And then anything else, friends, you know, your socks and your sweaters and all that. So I'm going to come down on this. Oh, look, it worked out. Okay, and now I feel like a gentle lift. And the rest of the back, you know, see a little discomfort when you come in. Is okay. If it's a lot, just add more blankets. The one behind the head can go higher. The more the head drops back, if that's okay for you today. Then you get this bigger lift. So I have my arms over top of the blanket. You know, you can put your elbows on the blanket, rest your hands somewhere else. If you want a little more, then if we take the arms are out to the side, you just bend the elbows and then take the back of the hands towards the floor. And they might not get there, but it's also like, oh, maybe one is there and the other one isn't. Or closer and shoulder. So if that works. Otherwise, out to the side. Glorious. And dropping into your state of rest. Releasing the back of the heart. Reminding yourself that the energetics are surrounding you, blanketing you. You can safely release a little more deeply. Moving any resistance in shoulders, back. Inviting that same blanketed the energetics. Just hold these places. Muscles can maybe let go a little bit. Slowly start to make our way out. So maybe put your hands someplace a little bit more relaxing. That would be arms just down by your sides and away from the body slightly. Hands resting somewhere. Okay. So we have all of these props. We're going to use all of them as we move into a twist on the right side. So it could, I'm just bending my knees and I'll take my left foot and just slide the bolster over to the right. And the block can just find a place to be. Okay, and so any twist that works, I'm going to keep this blanket under the chest so we get a little lift on the side rib. And you might, that blanket you have for your head, you might put it in. So from here, I'll bend the knees, lift the hips, shift the hips over to the left, and then put them down, and then drop your knees to the right. And use your bolster maybe between the knees might be just like so lovely. See what feels good. Okay, and we'll roll all the way over to the right, and just to reposition, so you can pick yourself up, reposition this prop so it's underneath the chest. Could be upper underarm as well. And you see, and then you have this blanket. You put it into your head if you like, and then once I'm here, then I'm going to open to the twist, and I'll take the left arm up and open it. Of course, I put the head. I set it up there. That's not where it is, so. Let's move everything and okay, so you take your time, use your props. You can adjust the leg position to whatever. If there's another twist leg position you enjoy. So, and then it's the same work. Yeah, I'm just going to bend at the elbows again and just see if this is going to be a help or a hindrance. And wherever you put your body parts, the name of the game here is in releasing the tight places that are presenting. Maybe you don't have any tight places in here. That's equally lovely. And the work is just to move. Opening your jaw, your eyes, your tongue, all the muscles in your face. We're in our final minute. Dropping in each exhale is a little more deeply. Start to come out.
You might bring that left arm all the way over first and come onto your right side, and maybe you need a moment there. You're going to come back onto the back. If that blanket's bothering you under the shoulders, maybe pull it out and give yourself a rest. Just or just that's all fine. Yeah, I'm keeping mine in, but like that's it could be a lot. So okay. All right, so now I have the bolster between my knees, and maybe you need to roll it over top. So once the feet are down and you're down, lift your hips, shift them over to the right, put them down, and then move into your twist on the left. And or into the, we're gonna line on the side first. So you might want to bring the blanket back in, you might not, that's all fine. And then from here, I'll lift the right arm up and roll myself back in the seat. Whatever you need to do, you do. And twist, with or without certain props, it's all good. The twist is potent enough. And just create this space for the body to be a little bit different. It's all about shapes. That's what it is, making shapes. And finding the way into the depths of this, and feeling the flow of the breath, and feeling the discomfort in certain places, maybe yes, maybe no. Into the deep release. And the first word on that card today was mystic, the mystical, the parting of the mists. If you've heard that expression, part the mists, we can see more clearly. Mystical, entering in, parting the mists, fog. Awakening ourselves to a newer way of being, moving through the world, more conscious presence. So that is the path of the mystic. It's this beautiful word, ethereal word that we don't use in our daily languaging so much, but it means something. Seeing any places you can let go. Back in the heart. Final few breaths. Release a little more deeply. Come all the way over to the left side again. Just the right arm over. Again, if you want to pull out that blanket when you can. You're going to come back onto the back. And the next pose we're going to use is either bolster or blanket roll underneath the sacrum. I'm just going to elevate the hips. So I'm going to keep that blanket roll in and just see what this is. I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to like. Okay, that's nice. All right, if you have your blanket roll still there, maybe you can even like kind of lift the shoulders up off the blanket roll. If it's lifting, pull your shoulders down and then come down. And then you might even just, press the feet away, roll yourself back a little bit. Just a snuggle in, let me say that. Well, this feels really nice. I'm going to stay here. I don't have anything under the head, but you could have nothing under your heart space and you're still getting the benefit here. So we have the knees bent. Let's heel toe the feet apart and come into basic resting pose for a moment or two. So the knees come together and the feet are pigeon toed and often closer together if you like. And with the knees together, I'm just going to start to not just moving side to side, but it's probably not visible. Just like the knees are like, hey, buddy. So a little bit of movement, and then the hips might start. And then rest as you are here for about a minute. Just drop in, feel the internal rotation of the hips. And anything else that feels, like it's not quite 100% happy. Here, I'm just going to open the knees apart, move into our good friend windshield wiper. And if you have blanket roll, it's going to be a different experience. It's all fine. You don't need to put it in, but just move consciously. Is my point. Just move in a way that works for how you're propped up. We'll just roll side to side, just as you're doing this windshield wiper, but maybe the body's rolling a little bit for side to side. Okay, and then we'll come back to rest, and at this time I'm going to straighten the legs. But put the legs however you like, and drop in again. And prop up as you need, friends. Blanket under the head. No blanket roll, whatever works. Just allow the shape of the body to settle. You can open pathways through the effort of our softening. We'll change this just so slightly that blanket roll is now going to move down so it's just in front of the bolster here under the smaller part of the waist or your back. So I'll bend the knees, see if I can just grab this blanket roll and bring it down. And if it's, wherever it is, you can bring it in. So hopefully, you prop it up so the blanket is supporting your part that's not on the bolster. And then the bolster is still under the hips. And make whatever that is, and then you have your other blanket if you need something further to your head. Okay. Now, basic resting pose, legs straight, cross-legged if that's accessible. The block is still there. You might even just bringing that block in and turning it so it's long way, same direction as the mat. And I can put the feet on there and move to Baddha Konasana quite comfortably, or even cross them. I say comfortably, it's not everyone's jam. So whatever you want to do, you can have your feet on the bolster on the block if you like. Whatever you want to do with the legs. And then here again, it's about letting everything go. I'm going to bend with the elbows just to open the chest a different way if that works for you. And we'll melt in here for a few. We'll stay as we are. The only thing that's gonna change is the knees are gonna come in towards the chest, if that works. If not, you want it one at a time, see how it goes, but take your time. Wherever they come, maybe they don't come in that close, it's all exactly right. Your hands can come up, they can support that. Using the child's pose on your back, hopefully you have the supports feel nice. Just gonna melt in as you can. Just to release maybe the low back. Say maybe, you might be feeling it somewhere else. Or you move into the depths of the experience. Okay, so just stay here for about another 10 breaths. Release whenever you need to. You want to straighten the legs, that's going to. Whatever you choose, focus on releasing the heart, the shoulders, and even the glutes. Maybe one or two 5 more breaths if you're loving it, but as you come out very slowly, like there's a drop for the feet to come down, abdominals, and once you're down, you come back to windshield wiper with all of these props as they are. Okay. We come to center and we'll lift the hips. We're just going to press that bolster down. And then you can take a baby blanket roll first, then bolster, I don't know, whichever one works. And so you have nothing underneath you. The bolster's there. The feet can go on the bolster. Some of you might be able to go cross-legged here. Anything that works. So we're just taking everything down, except for maybe the legs are using the bolster. They could also be straight. The bolster's underneath the thighs. But you also if you like. It's okay. You're gonna take the arms overhead, and they're gonna be out a little bit, that 30 degrees. And then just drop in. Back, completely resting on the floor. You have support for the legs, perhaps under the thighs or feet or anything there. To release more deeply. From the mid belly, backs of your thighs. So if you did go cross-legged, you might change the crossable routine. Tuning in the back of your head, resting. Just follow the length, say, of the spine, of the neck, back of the heart, of the ribs. It's back of the solar plexus, mid back, lower back, all the way to your tailbone. Resting. Carriage of your spine. Depths of you, this whole length of this very integral part of your being, your spinal cord. Just imagine it's resting into this cushion below. Might even be able to tune into the gentle movement, perhaps in the tailbone as you breathe. And the whole spine is just floating on the waves of the breath. I say tailbone, but you might tune into any other part. All gently moving. Just feel it free, relaxed, untethered. Just swim freely within you. Soften your belly, your flexors. Backs of the thighs. From here, come to legs up the wall for about 5 minutes, and then Shavasana. If you're very happy here, rest here for as long as you like. Come up, and if you want to set up the Shavasana straight away, then that could be maybe lying over the bolster lengthwise, so the spine has that extra little bit of rest. That would be just fine and lovely. So I'm putting the bolster this way and lying back over it. Legs up, give a little bit of legs up the wall. So whatever feeling is, here you go. thing as you wish to shift into lying down Shavasana, perhaps Shavasana 2, the bolster, and the length of your spine. Just take your time, shift when ready. Continue to consciously relax. in more deeply. Are they looking for the depth? All that you are. It's human experience. Consciously begin to deepen each breath. Feel ready to begin to make your gentle, small, nurturing movements to awaken. Move the energies wherever they need to go. Very relaxed and open body. Take your time and move in ways that you need. On to sitting, I'm just going to roll torso a little bit if that's something that would be interesting. Enjoying otherwise, just be in your mystical seat. One who has spent this time being deeply with themselves. Bringing your hands to your heart as you inhale. You exhale, bow your chin. Seal this practice with one Om inhale.
Om.
Breathe into your hands. Let your expansive breath and bless yourself with all that you are. Move those energies and offer them out. So, so much love. Oh, great blessings upon all of you and each of you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Oh,
Great. Everyone has that Shavasana face, and that's just such a magical thing. So happy day, friends.